who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
Part of it.
The meals are supposed to be nutritionally balanced and edible. He would receive 3 meals per day. Very basic meal expectation.
You have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible place.
So, Diddy's been crying to the judge about how awful jail is. And it looks like he's finally getting a taste of the consequences many have been hoping for. After years of living in luxury, he's now dealing with a whole new reality behind bars.
Jail is terrible for anybody, but for someone who's used to having people wait on them hand and foot and never stands in line and always, gets front row and gets the best table and gets to have the exact opposite. What a life-changing moment.
Imagine this. One of the biggest names in hip-hop, who spent decades living the high life, is now stuck in one of New York's toughest detention centers. Yep, we're talking about Diddy, famous for his success, fame, and over-the-top lifestyle, now locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn.
How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here.
Gone are the private jets and fancy mansions. Now he's dealing with moldy showers, cockroaches, and the constant threat of brutality. For someone who's been hanging out with A-listers, this is one serious fall from grace. This place isn't just any jail, it's a nightmare. It's been hit with lawsuits and investigations over how terrible the conditions are. For Diddy, it's a world that's turned completely upside down. He's gone from silk sheets to a lumpy mattress, and his fame might actually make things worse there, with dangerous inmates eyeing him as a target. And no, we're not feeling sorry for him. Things are just getting started, and there's a lot more coming to light, so let's get into it.
But the conditions of the prison are far from homey, notoriously described as, quote, dreadful, as one judge put it. Some on the bench have even moved away from sending nonviolent defendants there. In April...
As we all know, Diddy is at the mercy of prison life, the guards, the other inmates, and the harsh daily routines. Word is he's being kept in isolation for his own safety. But that comes with its own problems. He's completely cut off from the world, with limited contact beyond the few moments he gets to talk to his legal team or family. He's basically locked in a box, left alone with his thoughts. And you can imagine what's going through his mind: regret, fear, anger, and who knows what else. According to his attorney, the MDC is far worse than just missing a few luxuries. The place has been notorious for inhumane treatment. Inmates have long complained about moldy showers, freezing cold cells in the winter, and unbearable heat in the summer. It's like being trapped in a never-ending nightmare. Sure, Diddy might be a superstar on the outside, but there, none of that matters. He's just another inmate trying to survive in an environment where brutality could break out over something as small as a spot in line for the phone or a seat at mealtime. Former inmates describe living in constant fear, not knowing when the next fight or dangerous brawl might kick off. And for someone like Diddy, who's already a high-profile target, it's even more dangerous. According to reliable sources, he's in the special housing unit, which means 24-hour lockdown. Every movement is controlled and coordinated, and no one leaves their cell without full restraints, leg irons, handcuffs, belly chains, and at least 2 or 3 guards. And if you think the guards are keeping order, think again. Reports of misconduct and corruption at the facility are rampant, with claims of guards turning a blind eye to fights, smuggling and contraband, and even stirring up conflicts between prisoners. It's a place where survival depends on alliances and favors, and being a celebrity just makes you a bigger target. The public reaction? Shockingly, it's been split. While many thought people would be satisfied with Diddy finally facing consequences, some are genuinely concerned for his safety. On the other hand, others are saying this is karma catching up with him. Social media is buzzing with mixed takes. Some people are shouting, "He deserves this," while others are reminding everyone that despite everything, Diddy is facing some serious, real-life challenges. It's almost as if people are watching a live drama, forgetting, or maybe not caring, that this is both someone's reality and a victim's long-awaited satisfaction. After seeing someone like Diddy live the high life for decades while others suffered in silence, jail almost feels like a small price to pay. And let's be real, this story is just beginning. There's so much more waiting to come out. Just recently, Diddy got slammed with 7 more lawsuits, piling on to the same accusations that originally landed him in jail. And here's the kicker. Over 100 people have come forward, sharing their own stories of mistreatment at Diddy's hands. They're not holding back either. They're planning to sue him one by one. This situation is clearly snowballing, and it looks like Diddy's legal battles are far from over.
People and many entities involved. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates.
The lawyer speaking is Tony Busby, and he dropped some jaw-dropping allegations against Diddy. One of the most shocking claims, that he spiked a drink and essayed a 13-year-old girl. This incident allegedly involved other unnamed celebrities as well, making it all the more scandalous. Diddy hasn't specifically responded to these new accusations, but his legal team stated last week that he has never essayed anyone, adult or minor, man or woman. On October 20th, an unnamed woman from Alabama filed a lawsuit in New York claiming she was only 13 years old back in 2000 when she got invited to a Video Music Awards after-party by one of Diddy's associates. She alleges that at this party she was served a drink that had been spiked and then was essayed by Diddy and another male celebrity, while a female celebrity looked on until she finally managed to escape. But that's not all. On the same day, a musician from North Carolina also came forward with her own complaint. She claimed that at a party hosted by Diddy in 2022, which was attended by various TV and music stars and featured widespread substance use, she was served a spiked drink. She alleges that she was also essayed by Diddy, describing the experience as feeling trapped inside her body, not able to resist. In yet another lawsuit filed the same day, a personal trainer from California claimed that Diddy was interested in featuring him in a video because of his impressive training skills. However, during a party thrown by Diddy, he says he was served a spiked drink and then forced into intimate acts with both men and women, including an unnamed celebrity. Also on October 20th, a California man sued Diddy claiming that at a launch party for Diddy's Ciroc vodka brand in 2022, he was exposed to inappropriate behavior when Diddy allegedly essayed him. Thankfully, an unnamed professional athlete intervened to end the mistreatment. This just shows how far-reaching these allegations go, impacting not only those directly involved, but also the industry at large. Not stopping there, an Arizona woman also joined the chorus of allegations, saying in her lawsuit that she was essayed by Diddy at one of his infamous Las Vegas parties over Memorial Day weekend in 2014. She echoed the claims of others, stating that she was served alcoholic drinks laced with illegal substances that made her slowly lose control of her motor functions. Additionally, another young man claimed in a New York Superior Court complaint that he was extremely essayed by Diddy in 2022 when he was just a 17-year-old aspiring musician. He attended a party hoping to meet Diddy and connect with influential people in the industry, but ended up in a horrific situation instead. Lastly, a 21-year-old man working security in the music industry in 2005 filed a lawsuit claiming he was pressured into consuming a laced drink with narcotics at a party before Diddy started to essay him. Thankfully, the mistreatment stopped when the man's wife walked into the room and intervened. All these allegations coming out on the same day, October 20th, paint a troubling picture of Diddy's past and the serious accusations against him. So, him suffering the conditions in jail is nothing short of a price he has to pay. He can't simply compensate these victims with money because the trauma and memories will always linger, continuing to inflict pain long after the financial transactions are complete. However, the accusations and allegations we've discussed are just the tip of the iceberg. Before all this, multiple individuals stepped forward, revealing their stories. In fact, on October 15th, a woman named Ashley Parham filed a lawsuit against Combs in a California federal court claiming she was extremely and disturbingly gang RP'd by him and his associates in 2018. This shocking claim arose after she mentioned during a FaceTime call with the Bad Boy Records founder that he had been involved in the infamous 1996 killing of Tupac Shakur, an allegation she asserts set her up for retaliation. Coincidentally, October 15th also marked Combs' return to Instagram after his arrest in September, with a post celebrating the second birthday of his youngest daughter, Love Sean Combs. Before this, he had deleted all his posts amid the mounting allegations, but since then, he has only shared 3 times, each featuring his children. Moreover, on October 14th, Houston-based lawyer Tony Busby filed another lawsuit against Combs, representing an unnamed North Carolina man. This man alleged that when he was just 16 years old and trying to break into the music business, he was fondled by Combs at one of the rapper's infamous white parties in the Hamptons back in 1998. The lawsuit describes the incident as something that continues to humiliate and shame him. That same day, another complaint emerged from a New Jersey man who alleged that in 2006, while working security at a different white party, Combs served him 2 alcoholic drinks that he believed were spiked with illegal substances. He claims that after consuming them, he was forcibly pushed into an open van and essayed by Combs. The troubling claims didn't stop there. An unnamed New York woman came forward, recounting a horrific experience in 1995 at a Biggie Smalls promotional party. She alleges that Combs asked to speak with her privately, only to slam her head against a wall and grapes her, threatening, "You better not tell anyone about this or you will disappear." Additionally, an Ohio man who worked in fashion for Combs' Sean John clothing line shared a terrifying story. He alleged that in 2008, while at Macy's flagship store, he was approached by Combs with 2 large bodyguards who hit him in the neck, possibly with a pistol, and forced him to perform oral activity on Combs while making threats against his life. The complaint also names Macy's, suggesting that the store ignored his attempts to report the incident and subsequently fired him to protect its relationship with Combs. In addition to all this, a Georgia man working for a management company in New York revealed that at a party hosted by Diddy in 2021, he was given a spiked drink that left him feeling paralyzed, claiming he was also essayed by Diddy and at least 2 other men during that time. Moreover, Busby filed a lawsuit on behalf of another unnamed woman alleging that in 2004, Diddy invited her and a friend to a hotel room where he threatened to have them both killed. He allegedly made them drink and use substances before mistreating her. She was just 19 years old at the time and had attended a party of Diddy's near her college campus. The timeline of allegations continues, and on October 11th, a U.S. appeals court referred Combs' latest request for bail to a panel of 3 judges, but ruled that he would remain behind bars until a decision was made. Then, on October 10th, he appeared in court for the first time since his arrest, where a trial date of May 5th was set for him to face federal charges, including racketeering, S-teaking, and transportation to engage in intimate activities.
Talk about anything that I haven't said in court or in the papers. These are all great questions, but I'm just not going to get into it. So,
can you speak about your concerns about the leak and the video? You have spoken about that before.
I did it in the court papers, and I'm just going to stick to the court papers.
And just recently, Diddy's legal team filed a request for a gag order. Mark Agnifilo, Diddy's lead attorney, made the request in an attempt to prevent potential government witnesses and their lawyers from making public statements that could interfere with Diddy's right to a fair trial. Agnifilo argued that these statements, many of which were made publicly, were aimed at assassinating Mr. Combs' character in the press. He further requested the judge to compel prosecutors to disclose whether they had authorized such comments and to demand that witnesses and their attorneys remove any online statements under their control. But with all the stories and multiple victims coming forward, this trial is shaping up to be one of the most talked about and potentially one of the darkest in recent memory. Many are speculating that certain celebrities mentioned in the lawsuits, those who allegedly witnessed, participated in, or even protected Diddy during these unforgivable acts, could also be implicated. So who are these individuals, and what role did they play in this troubling situation? Let's also dive into the names that could surface as this case unfolds.
Are talking about names that could come up in these lawsuits. You referenced that some of these names are pretty high profile and could shock us. What can you tell me about those names? Are there a lot of people that could be implicated in future crimes? Is it possible that the things that will be listed in these future lawsuits could be prosecuted? What can you tell me?
Well, I'm very careful to talk about whether someone did or did not commit a crime. You know, the civil system is very different than the criminal system. The criminal authorities are very particular about which claims that they pursue because they're the...
As you probably know, Plenty of celebrities were once openly proud of attending Diddy's famous white parties. These events were a huge deal, and being invited was almost like a badge of honor in the entertainment world. But now, with the lawsuits piling up and the shocking accusations surfacing, it feels like some of these same celebs are distancing themselves from it all, hoping we'll forget they ever attended. Like Epstein's infamous list, a new list of celebrities with alleged ties to P. Diddy and his notorious freak sessions has been making waves on social media. The names circulating include Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, and Megan Fox. As this list goes viral, people are speculating about the involvement of these high-profile stars, especially after Usher and Pink deleted their posts on X regarding Diddy. Even more intriguing, there are growing theories suggesting that Justin Bieber might have been a victim of Diddy. Apart from Usher and Pink, Megan Fox also sparked rumors when she deleted all her posts on Instagram and X, fueling speculation about her connection to Diddy. Adding to the intrigue, an old clip of Khloe Kardashian resurfaced where she described attending one of Diddy's infamous naked parties.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Well, this party, I think half the people there were you would have loved it.
There's also a clip of Ashton Kutcher making waves, where he hints that there's a lot he can't reveal about Diddy's infamous parties.
They're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Like
well, we still have some time to go, you know, I can blow it here.
Okay. Feel free. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory.
Additionally, a resurfaced clip of Usher has gained traction, where he shares that he doesn't want his children to experience the same camp he attended at Diddy's mansion when he was just 13. Usher mentioned that he saw some things during that time, leaving many to wonder what exactly he was exposed to in Diddy's world.
Daddies. He's gonna
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
But you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
In light of all this, an officer involved in the raid on Diddy's home made a startling comparison, likening him to Jeffrey Epstein. The officer alleged that Diddy was part of the same circle as Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, suggesting a troubling connection among powerful figures in the entertainment industry. The officer claimed that there were 15 years of wild parties, indicating that while not everyone who attended these events was complicit in any criminal activities, many witnesses observed inappropriate behavior. He emphasized that a significant number of people were aware of what transpired during those parties, but chose to do nothing, effectively protecting Diddy. As for Diddy, in those 15 years, he did nothing but mistreat thousands of people, threatening them to shut up. So him crying in front of the judge describing the jail as hell on earth and an ongoing tragedy comes off as a rather petty excuse given the gravity of the allegations against him. He arguably deserves a much harsher punishment than what he's currently facing. The facility he finds himself in, the only federal jail in New York City, has been notorious for its poor conditions since it opened in the 1990s. In fact, the situation has become so dire in recent years that some judges have outright refused to send inmates there. This jail has housed a number of high-profile inmates, including R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and cryptocurrency fraudster Sam Bankman-Fried. It primarily serves as a post-arrest detention center for individuals awaiting trial in federal courts, located in Manhattan or Brooklyn. Other inmates may be serving short sentences following their convictions. Situated in an industrial area on the Brooklyn waterfront, the facility currently houses about 1,200 detainees, a drop from over 1,600 earlier this year. While it does provide some amenities, outdoor recreation facilities, a medical unit, a dental suite, and a dedicated wing for educational programs, including a library, the reality remains grim. Recent events have highlighted the dangers within these walls. In June, 37-year-old Uriel White was stabbed to death at the jail, and just a month later, 36-year-old Edwin Cordero died following injuries sustained in a brawl. Tragically, at least 4 detainees have taken their own lives in the past 3 years. Cordero's lawyer, Andrew Dalek, spoke out, characterizing the jail as an overcrowded, understaffed, and neglected federal jail that is hell on earth. This situation is further compounded by reports of corruption among the staff. At least 6 members of the MDC Brooklyn staff have faced criminal charges in the last 5 years, with some accused of accepting bribes or smuggling contraband items like illegal substances, cigarettes, and cell phones into the facility. All of these factors paint a bleak picture of life inside this notorious institution, making Diddy's complaints seem less than sympathetic. One person even commented, he's getting exactly what he deserves, reflecting a sentiment shared by many who believe Diddy is finally facing the consequences of his actions. Another user added, before people think he's being treated unfairly, ask his victims how they feel about it. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Diddy will continue asking the judge for bail? Or might he resort to dishing on other celebrities who were involved in his parties? Share your opinions in the comments below. And while we wait for more updates, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you there.